Good day everyone. So this is Mr. Atanasio and I'm here to discuss to you the TLE10 for fashion accessories week number 4. So we are now in the final week of the first quarter, and before we start our discussion of this topic, let's have first the review from week 1 up to week 3. So let's begin. Let's begin with week number 1. So the topics that was discussed is about tracing the history and development of fashion accessories, which was came into use in the 19th century. It discussed about jewelry, footwear, headwear, hand coverings, walking aids, and for Filipinos, they largely depend on the culture, nature of community, and even the weather. A certain location mostly experiences from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Week number 2. This is all about selecting the materials, tools, and equipment in making fashion accessories. Fashion accessories materials like metals, plastics, paper, clay, glass, wire, polymer clay, beads, leather, and findings. Indigenous materials or local materials like tusk, tortoise shell, mother of pearl, wood, seeds, paper, coconut shells, jute, hemp, and rattle. Tools in fashion accessories such as scissors, cookie cutter, and craft knife. Measuring and sizing tools like the rulers and tape measure. Curved chain nose pliers, crimping pliers, and flush cutters. Also, we have beading and knotting tools like beading needles, tapestry needles, and embroidery needles. Week number 3. This is all about using basic tools in fashion accessories. The tools and other materials that are used in making fashion accessories can be dangerous if used incorrectly. And also, we are reminded about the functions and uses of each materials, tools and equipments, also demonstrate techniques and procedures in using the tools in making fashion accessories. For the most essential learning competencies, we have the following: identify fashion accessory cost component, compute production cost, and purchase fashion accessory materials. For the objectives, let's have compute production cost, purchase fashion accessory materials, and value the importance of cost computation. So before we start our discussion on how to compute for the cost, let's have first our learning task 1. So in your notebook, if you're asked to make this necklace as shown in the picture, what do you think are the materials that you are going to purchase? Copy and complete the table below. So for the materials, we have here the first column, or the items or what to buy. And then the second column, we have the quantity, which is how many. And the third column is the unit cost, or how much per item. And the total amount, or how much at all, in the fourth column. Have you experienced going to the market and about to finish buying your stuff when suddenly struck by the thoughts if you buy all needs or forgetting something? And finally, when you arrived home, you check the items you bought with enthusiasm only to find out that there's missing and forgot the important item to buy. This is one of the common mistakes one can experience if there was no proper planning before the action is performed. However, the good news is you can prevent such unwanted circumstances to happen by making your actions more organized. It is not an innate talent but rather acquired through practicing even in doing simple tasks. One of the simplest ways is to list down the items you will purchase before going to the market. By doing so, you lessen the chance of impulsive buying and can easily point out the things you really need down to the last priority. This is also helpful to avoid wasting of time, energy, and money. So if you're through with the computation of this activity or learning task 1, I will be showing you a sample format to systematize the items to buy, and it aims to provide meaningful and practical inputs in developing yourself to be a wise consumer, since varieties of fashion accessories are offered and available in the market. So you will be gaining information on the areas to consider in purchasing materials, and you will be advantage to save time, energy, and even financial resources. So this is the sample project, date of purchase, and uh, this will give you direction on specific items to buy as needed in your project to work on, and the date of purchase of the items. So in the first column on the above table refers to the materials with brief specifications such as the size of the items, the color, and other description for your easily to find what you are looking for. The second column, which is the quantity, serves as the indicators how many of the items are to buy. However, be sure that the number of items to be listed is only enough for the project. Provide some allowance but not too much. The third column indicates that the cost of amount per piece of an item. If you have enough time, you may also canvass to different stores and compare the price to save money but never compromise the quality of the products. And the last column refers to the total amount of the specific item. Notice that the formula is to multiply the quantity to the unit cost. After filling the tables, add the total amount to come up with the grand total. Having to do so, you will be able to have the idea how much you need to avoid shortage or overspending of money. Be aware not to buy more than what you can afford. So for the first columns on the what to buy or items, we have the beads, which are assorted, and a big blue bottle. For the second column, we have the quantity or how many. So for the beads, we have 4 packs, and for the glue, we have 1 piece. On the third column, we had the unit cost or how much per item. So for the beads, we have 30 pesos per pack, and for the glue, we have 25 pesos. So if you will notice, we multiplied 4 packs of beads to 30 pesos per pack. So the total amount will be 120 pesos. And for the 1 piece of glue, which is 25 pesos, and having the grand total of 120 pesos for the beads and 25 pesos for the glue, which is 145 pesos. So in purchasing the materials, where can we find the materials that are needed? So this is an example. Through online shopping, you can find the items as long as you know how to search, and the prices can also be specified there, and as long as you can navigate through the accounts, this is all good. Another example of an online shopping app, you can find the materials and you can compare the prices, and also uh, check it, add this to cart, and then check out your orders to have it delivered into your address. So with that, let's have a learning task 2. In short bond paper, answer the following questions. So what are the different considerations when purchasing or buying the materials needed in making the project? And number 2, how do you compute the production cost? And also number 3, Why is it necessary for us to compute our purchases? So you can have it posted on your Google Classroom and use any application that you can have to write down your answer. If you do not have your gadgets, you can write it on a short bond paper, take a picture, and have it turned in. For my final words, I would like to say thank you in English and salamat po in Filipino.